If you think modern horror is the peak of terror, allow me to introduce you to the velvet-voiced wizard of vintage nightmares, Vincent Price. Today, we're diving into 5 unmissable Vincent Price horror classics from the 1960s that will either send a delightful shiver down your spine or make you reconsider going into any dimly lit room ever again. Stick with us till the end. You might just find your new favorite spine tingler. Oh, and if you like reveling in exquisite dread, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We promise not to curse your house much. Vincent Price walks into The Haunted Palace with the quiet confidence of a man who absolutely knows that all the wallpaper is cursed. Loosely based on an H.P. Lovecraft story and sneakily borrowing Edgar Allan Poe's name for marketing pizzazz, this film plunges you into a world of ancient evil and forehead sweat-inducing atmosphere. Price plays Charles Dexter Ward, a man who inherits a ridiculously sinister mansion and, surprise surprise, becomes disturbingly possessed by his wicked ancestor. Between the misty graveyards, townsfolk with faces like half-melted candles, and the protagonist delivering sinister monologues like he's narrating your worst daydream, this is essential spooky cinema. Plus, if you love tentacled horrors, you're in for a monstrous treat.
Burn him! Surely after all these years, I'm entitled to a few small amusements.
You are invited to an open house where horror will be your host. You, who find a kind of macabre joyousness in the horrifying, will enjoy yourselves as in ecstasy. Starring Vincent Price, a being who lived and died and lives again. And intriguing Deborah Paget, whose appealing beauty inflames the blood of the bloodless. His violent, torturous passions inflict both pain and terror. Lon Chaney, carrying on a family tradition of masterful motion picture horror.
Night onward, you shall bear my curse.
If The Masque of the Red Death were a dinner party, it would involve decadent costumes, lots of sinister giggling, and the definite possibility of dying in extremely symbolic ways. Directed by Roger Corman at his most audacious, this film turns Poe's short story into a riotous, color-soaked fever dream. Vincent Price, more fabulously evil than a Bond villain on vacation, plays Prince Prospero, a Satan-worshipping aristocrat who throws a party while his peasants rot outside. The cinematography is so hypnotic it might actually make you dizzy, and Price's oily charm could convince you that worshipping evil isn't such a bad gig after all. Bonus: watch for Paul McCartney's 1960s sweetheart, Jane Asher, trying her best to survive this gorgeously nihilistic nightmare.
The Masque of the Red Death, personalized by the motion picture screen's prince of horror, Vincent Price, with the devil's own darling, Hazel Court, and a lost virginal angel of innocence, Jane Asher. She's a woman cursed by Satan's seneschal, whose very existence turns the white rose blood red. Lavishly, he plants his corrupting seeds of sin, spreading living terror that not even the unsullied can escape. One who craves all the forbidden pleasures of the depraved.
Let me see your face.
Imagine someone read Edgar Allan Poe's somber poem, The Raven, and said, "You know what this needs?" Madcap wizard duels and jokes. Welcome to The Raven, the horror comedy no one expected but absolutely needed. Here, Vincent Price flexes his comedic muscles playing Dr. Erasmus Craven, a mild-mannered magician whose evening is interrupted by a talking raven, who just so happens to be Peter Lorre. Add a young Jack Nicholson as a bumbling sidekick and Boris Karloff as an evil sorcerer, and you have a supernatural screwball farce that's as delightfully absurd as it sounds. Watching Price and Lorre banter with the enthusiasm of mischievous schoolboys is worth the price of admission alone. If you've ever wanted to see Vincent Price shoot magic lasers while barely containing his laughter, your oddly specific wish has been granted.
True terror is the soft, cold caress of the raven's wing.
A woman whose desires transcend reality. The mysterious powers of black magic. These you will explore. The raven will take you careening through the darkest of dangers.
Afraid, my dear?
Well, don't just stand there.
Do something.
Tales of Terror is like a decadent horror buffet. 3 Poe-based stories, 3 completely different flavors of Vincent Price madness. In the first one, he's a grief-stricken recluse. In the second, he drunkenly duels Peter Lorre in a wine-tasting contest that somehow escalates to murder. It's all fun and games until someone's in a brick wall. And in the last one, he experiments with mesmerism, with grotesque results. Watching Price shapeshift between tragic, sardonic, and outright gleeful performances within the same film shows his pure screen charisma. Plus, the merging of horror and gallows humor here is pitch perfect, giving you the unsettling sense that you're both laughing and inching away from the TV at the same time.
You will meet the master of the mansion, who loved and protected his wife with the strength of a supernatural love.
I am in command here. You will do as I say. I shall take what I desire. Your body and your soul if I demand it.
Another. Help! Help!
Then you'll enjoy the Black Cat's sardonically humorous tale, who delighted in dalliance.
You're insane.
That may be, but very clever.
Help! Help! Help!
In this monstrous mausoleum of the living, you will witness fury far worse than a woman scorned.
Pit and the Pendulum is the movie equivalent of slowly pulling the petals off a flower while whispering ominously to yourself. Roger Corman and Vincent Price re-team to adapt Poe's tale of psychological torture and claustrophobic dread, and the results are heart-poundingly effective. Price plays Nicolas Medina, a man haunted by his wife's bizarre death in a Spanish Inquisition-era castle full of cobwebbed secrets. As the pendulum itself swings lower and lower over its helpless victim, the tension ramps up to deliciously unbearable levels. Fun fact, the pendulum prop was real, and it nearly took out an actor for real when the safety mechanism failed. Price's performance evolves from melancholy to full-blown mania with the grace of a tragic opera singer plunging into madness, and the film's twist ending is still a banger more than 6 decades later.
father's world, Mr. Barnett. The shrieking of mutilated victims became the music of his life. While we were up here mourning her, she was alive, struggling to be free.
You are lying, sir. When Maria screamed, where were you?
I'm going to torture you, Isabella.
You harlot!
All the violence of angry seas, the unseen forces of the unknown, the unforgettable memories of a long-forgotten childhood.
Do you know where you are, Bartholomew? You are about to enter hell.
Starring Vincent Price, truly a master of the macabre. John Carr, in a challenging role. Barbara Steele, more blood-chilling than in Black Sunday. And introducing taunting Luana Anders.
Which Vincent Price masterpiece did you want to see on this list? Tell us in the comments. Maybe you're a House of Usher fan, or perhaps The Oblong Box keeps you up at night. We'd love to hear your favorites. And if you're itching for more gloriously eerie classics, don't forget to explore our movies playlists. We've stocked them with enough ghoulish gems to keep your nightmares fresh for months. See you in the next video.